25 when I decided to join up. 25, you might say that's a bit old to be playing at soldiers. But there's nothing going on in my life, so I thought I'd have a crack, join up, see if I could make something out of my life. A bit of normality at a time when there was just nothing normal happening in the country. I enlisted at the time that siege started in that small town down in the south, 34 I think it was. Thought I'd have a crack at being a regular soldier, see how things shaped up. I mean, what I got to lose. It was a difficult time for the country. My father was killed in a brawl when I was little. I was 5, brother was 3. We started arguing after that. I don't know if we argued before, I don't know if we'd had argued anyway, but we just argued, fought. My mother was always getting in the way. We were bad kids growing up, I suppose you'd say. Then when I was about 20, we had the biggest bust-up at all. My mother was getting in the way. It was about the civil conflict about what was happening in the country. He took one view, I took another. We drifted apart. That happens in families. One person thinks this, one person thinks another. We lost contact. He disappeared. I wasn't bothered. Mother was upset though. Anyway, I joined up shortly after the siege began. I thought, why not have a crack? There's nothing happening in my life. No work, no money, total upheaval. The war was taking its toll on me, countless millions of others. So I thought, why not give it a crack? So I signed up. The day I left, Mum was, well, she was pretty heartbroken. She begged me not to leave, but what could I do? I was an enlisted volunteer. I would have a crack at the bastards. Well, the first week on the front, I was cold. I mean, middle of winter. Not the place you want to be with your rifle trained on a town in the distance. Nothing much happened for the first couple of months. There'd be the odd anonymous gunfight with some gunmen in the distance, but nothing else. I didn't really see my first casualty for a while. Some young fighter, younger than me, got up for a piss, shot in the back, dead before the medics could get to him. Anyway, I noticed that the other side of the town there was a place in the line where it was busier, a lot of activity there. I discovered this is where the dissenters were coming through. I realised this is where I needed to be if I wanted to see some real action. So I asked my commanding officer and he says, you have to put in a transfer request. So I did it. He said, wait for a week, see if it's accepted. So I put it in, and a week later said, yeah, you can go. Get ready, pack my bags, and the truck turned up. So then I was on my way, because now I finally want to have a go at the bastards. I settled in more or less straight away. I mean, good set of lads to be with. I like the pace of life. But it didn't take long before some brigadier fuck told us this wasn't going to be any walk in the park. This wasn't going to be a good experience. It didn't take long to see what he meant. They'd send their defectors across and open fire. Bastards. Must have taken about 7 of our guys out on that bridge. 9 of theirs at least. That cursed bridge. One morning when we were on watch, we got news that another dissenter was coming through. I never worked out how they always knew, but they did. And just as he got within a few feet of the gate, the commanding officer went through the usual routine. Stop moving, put down everything you're carrying, and move slowly. We didn't budge. he was just frozen to the spot. There was something wrong, and it just didn't feel right. As he came through, I recognised him. I could see who it was. It was my brother, Wheatley. Anyway, I lunged at the soldier who shot at him. Fired on him. He killed him. I lunged at him. I tried to stop him, but it was too late. But he was shot and he was killed. Anyway, they grabbed me, wrestled me to the ground. I want to know why I wanted to stop. Worked out, the connection worked out that I knew Lee, and I said he was my brother. And they said, you shouldn't be serving in an area where you have a relation or somebody you were connected with. I said I didn't know we'd been estranged for years. I didn't know anything about it. It wasn't my fault. I said, why did you kill him? We're supposed to save him. They said we killed him because he was a sniper. He killed lots of our side, and therefore we were not ever going to take him back in. He was going to die. He was going to be shot, and there was nothing I could do. And that was it. So I was put under arrest, and I was drummed out to the force. I was eventually sent home.